Savior, and I met him with a smile. He told me he would follow me to the other side. Then he picked me up, turned around, placed my feet on solid ground. Oh, hey. Well, now one of these moments, oh, it won't be very long. You're gonna look for me somewhere, but I'll be gone. I'm going on up to heaven, and I got to sing and shout. There'll be nobody there. There'll be nobody there. There'll be nobody there. Oh, just to turn me out. I'm gonna chat with the Father. I got to talk with my son. I'm gonna tell him about this world that I just came from. If you don't believe that I've been redeemed, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Can I get a witness? I was talking about be a witness. Can you feel it? 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 Oh, you've been saved and sanctified. Anybody got that Holy Ghost? I got one more thing. I got one more thing. Do you feel all right? Or do you feel all right? Can you feel it? 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 I got one more thing. Lord, I can feel it. Lord, I can feel it. Yeah. Said I feel all right. 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 Oh, but I wanna feel it 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 all right. All right. I didn't let me see the way you made. I said you feel all right. Yeah! Woo! Come on, Jesus. I tell you, come on, Jesus. I tell you, come on, Jesus. Come on, Jesus. Easy for a doctor. Easy for a lawyer. Easy in my home. Easy in my home. Lord, I need. Oh.
Hey, y'all, bear with us for a second. We trying to get Mr. Jeff on. We having a little technical difficulty, so we coming. So just give us a little time, and we will be here with you shortly.
Lord, I rise again. Can I take my time?
You
I
two
have a
come
young
on
man
for
I'm
the
gonna
rest of
call,
this music.
and I want him to come and take his time.
Trying to do what we got to do. So
Sing to you. Come here, Jeff. Jeff. Stand right there, Jeff. And I mean, you better sing this song. This young man told me, he said, Willie, I can't sing like you. He said, I can't even act like you. He said, but I'll sing like God put it on my heart. Is that all right? And I want you to sing, son. I'm going to stand over here by Larry. Don't you pay me no attention. You hear me? And I mean you better sing too, Jeff. You sang that song about, Lord, I'll rise again. And I mean you better sing it, Jeff. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Sing, Jeff. Sing, Jeffrey. Drive the legs in my head. Laugh at me when you say, yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we were just playing that one to give Mr. Jeff time to get on and bringing to the stage right now a legend in the gospel game. He's inspired a lot of different artists, a lot of different people, and we about to get him on here right now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Give Mr. Jeffery Newberry a great big hand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Yes,
God
sir.
bless you. God bless you.
Glad we finally was able to get that situated.
Oh, we got it straight. We got it straight thanks to the help of the wife. You know, the wife is tech savvy, so
Yeah,
she has to help the old man out every now and then. So we appreciate that for sure. But I appreciate your patience. I really do.
oh yeah, you know it anytime. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how everything been going with you?
Everything's good. Everything's good. I'm getting ready to celebrate my 50th year as being a keynote on next year. 2025 will make 50 years of being Keynotes. Oh yeah, so we're getting ready to, and we're gonna try to celebrate it in a big way. We're gonna have the legends, Alan Pringle and the legends, along with Lil Roy and the Revelations.
Okay.
Also, my friend and sister, Flossie Boyd. You know, it's gonna be a time, and we're gonna have Jeffery Newberry and the original Keynotes. So you talking about a time we getting ready to have a good time, sir? Yes,
Hey,
sir. That's gonna be the first Sunday in February, right here in our hometown, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's going down, y'all. It's going down.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all be there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, without a doubt. I want to see your face in the place if possible. Richard, come on down south. In February, it'll be warm down here. You got to worry about it.
Oh yeah.
Going down to South Florida, it'd be warm. It'd be warm. Everything be good.
You'll see me right there.
All right, but we plan on having a good time, and we're gonna make this special again. Like I said, it's 50 years. 50 years. It'll be my 50th year celebration being with the Keynotes. I joined the Keynotes in 1975.
Wow.
So that was 50 years ago. It don't seem like it, but it's been 50 years.
Okay, well, let's not go too fast yet. Let's not go too fast.
Okay.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about how it was growing up as a little boy.
Oh man, as a little boy, originally I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County.
Okay.
And I started singing with a group called the Modulations. We were a group of young men. We went to hear the Keynotes, the Clouds, Violinaires. It was a big show in Jacksonville. This was we were still in school. I was still in school then. And the Keynotes were on the show. As a matter of fact, it was my last year of high school, my senior year. And it was the end of my senior year. I just did first year of college at Jacksonville University. And Willie heard the group I sang with sang that night, and they asked us, did we want to travel and sing? And of course, you know, we said yes. They took us from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. The tour started in Mobile, Alabama. We went from Mobile, Alabama, all the way to Los Angeles, California. And you talking about a trip, man, for some young men out of North Florida rather. I mean, you talking about, man, and we had a good time, and I've been hooked ever since. That was it. They had some changes done in the group, and around the same year, I think it was around the time when Paul got ready to leave the group, and that's when I was hired to do the first album I did with the Keynotes, entitled Gospel Fire. Paul, as a matter of fact, that was the last album that we did before Paul left to go with the Clouds. And everything from that point on, it was in August 28th is when they hired me, 1975. I will never forget the date.
Man, that's amazing, because I can't even remember what I did like 10 minutes ago.
Man, listen, that was life-changing for me. So,
right.
You know, it was like a dream come true. And it was a blessing to be able to work with the Country Boy, with Willie, Gino, Val. There, as a matter of fact, that was even before Charles. We had Charles. Charles came in after I became a member, because Charles came in and took Paul's place. And that was that was like a revelation. That was a whole new start. To have Charles McClain, Jeffrey Newberry, and Alfred Geno Smith in the background behind Willie Neal Johnson. Oh yeah, that was something. And I can't leave out my little baby, Perry Taft. We can't leave him out. Perry Taft was definitely in the number. So that was something then. And it just went on from there. It was just it was exciting. It was a revelation. It was new. It was like starting all over again. A dream come true. Had no idea that it would still be going on now, you know. And now I'm the leader of the group. So, you know, as a matter of fact, there's only two of us left that's still living, because we lost Val 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
Gino 2 years before that. Charles, Willie first in '01. We lost Willie in '01. Then we lost Charles, um, Gino, Val. The more recently was Val Alexander. And man, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, but we're trying to keep it going. And there's only two of us left, just me and Larry, the bass player. Larry was the bass player at that time.
Right.
He and I, we're trying to keep the name rolling. That's what we're trying to do, without a doubt. So it's good to still have Larry, even with the group now. So being him being the senior member, and he put it all in my hands. He said, "Hey Jeffrey, you got it. Hey, let's keep it going." So that's what we try to do.
Okay. All right. So I got a couple of questions that I want to get
Okay.
lined up for you. So how did you actually discover you had a knack for music? Like at what age and did you get started?
I believe it or not, and I'm saying how good my memory is as far as music go. Believe it or not, when I was in elementary school, the teacher put me in a play, and believe it, the song that I had to sing, and it really just didn't dawn on me until after the performance. I had to sing, he's got the whole world in his hands. That was my song.
Wow.
And man, and the response was just so, that was the hook right there. That was the hook. So I was in first grade, so that'd be 6 years old. That
Wow.
mean I was 6 years old. We ain't gonna even go by how many years ago that was. Yeah, but that was it. That was it. Well, of course, the choir, being in the choir, little boy, my mama was the lead singer of the choir. So, and we had to sing. It wasn't no option. That was not an option. We had to sing. So that we did. And we had a family group too. Believe it or not, we had our family name, my mama's maiden name, which was Mercer. We were called the Mercer Singers.
Mm.
And it went on from that to that. And we had all the cousins, my brothers, all us, we were in a group called the Mercer family in Jacksonville, Florida. And we didn't miss a beat. We didn't miss a beat. So it went from that to being lead singer in the choir, of course. Stopped doing that. And then I always had an attraction for drums. I started playing drums. I
Wow.
still got an attraction for that. I love to, I beat drums. I don't play drums, but I can beat them.
I'm with you.
Oh yeah. It's the difference between playing and beating.
It's a
Believe
big,
me.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then the Lord blessed me with my oldest son, Jeffrey Jr. He's a phenomenal drummer.
Yeah, he is.
And then his oldest son, KJ, and his baby son, they're excellent drummers too. They're no them boys are some trouble with some sticks. They really are. But that was always something that I always did. I was attracted to, which was drumming. I wish I could play drums now. I wish I really do. I really do. I love it. Always will love. Always. That's one thing. I was thinking about asking the wife if I could buy a drum set and put it in the house, but I don't think she's going.
Might be a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't think that might give. I don't think that might work. That might not work. But so because between his music and his studio in his house, I think she might just say let it ride, We're gonna just keep it like we got it,
Right.
and that's why my neighbors might appreciate that too.
So do
Yeah,
you
but
play
that's
any
it.
other instruments?
Huh?
Do you play any other instruments?
That's it. That's it. Now I can tell you what I want to hear.
I
I
got
can definitely tell you what I want to hear. The Lord gifted me with that. I can tell you what I want you to play. I can't show you how to play it, but I can tell you what I want to hear.
you. Got
You
you.
know, and then working with a guy like Val, that's all you had to do.
Mm.
With Val Alexander on the guitar, all you had to do is just tell him. And
Right.
the guitar players that I have now was trained by Val. He was Val Alexander's student. Val put him in the group. The guy that has his name is Brandon Gibbs. He wrote the last song that we did. He wrote the latest song from our CD called "God's Got It, I Want It, and He's Gonna Give It to Me."
Wow.
And this boy, and he was Val Alexander protege, and he's holding up the name very well. very well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what else. Who was some of your musical influences growing up?
Hmm. Okay, well, I'm a lover of all genres of music. I really am.
Mm,
Um, I used to before singing uh, lead and second tenor. I was always a baritone singer. Um, and one of my favorite entertainers was Isaac Hayes.
I can see.
Isaac Hayes. Oh yeah, definitely. I loved him. Larry Graham. Oh yeah, those guys. Oh, most definitely. Barry White.
Oh
That
yeah.
kind of thing. And fell in love with Al Green when we did a show with him because we came up and that was in the heyday, during his heyday with Love and Happiness. We did a couple of shows with him and before he became a preacher. And man, it was just amazing, astounding to watch this man on stage. You could see the gospel in him because he would go take it straight to church. He would go straight to church, get passing out roses, but he still take them straight to church.
Right.
And another one that was more like that really I admired, and that was Eddie Levert. Man, this man, ooh wee, it was like being in church with him.
Wow.
Yeah, got a chance to meet them, got a chance to hang out with them. The year that we were nominated for the Grammys, we got a chance to hang out with the OJs, the Commodores. Man, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
Cause y'all record Ain't No Stopping Us Now? Y'all
That was the album. That was the album that was our first double album that took us to the Grammys. We got nominated with that album because that was one of the songs I sang. That was one of the first songs I led in recording with the Keynotes was "Ain't No Stopping Us Now." And
wow.
then on that same album, I did "Everything Must Change," of course, from George Benson.
Mhm.
Man, it was something. That was really something. We put a lot of effort. That was the first album we did with Charles, me, Charles, Willie, and Gino, Larry, and Val. That was our first album. We got nominated. We won a couple Stellas after that. We never got nominated for Ain't No Stopping Us Now project.
So how long would you guys rehearse back in the day? Was it pretty
Believe
long?
it or not, back in the day, rehearsal was far and in between because we worked every day from Sunday to Sunday.
Right.
We were on the bus constantly. We stayed together, so we only time we would beg for a day off. And then if somebody came up with something, we get to the town early, we set up, then we start rehearsing then and just go from there. Just start all over again. But just imagine that's the difference between now and then. Back then we were working from Sunday to Sunday and sometimes 2 to 3 times on the Sunday.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those are the days that I miss. Those are the days I miss. I mean, being able to work every day. Monday was just as good as Sunday.
Wow.
Whatever town you could go to any town, and believe me, as the show was awesome. Every day of the week, every day of the week.
I can't even imagine.
Man, just imagine you leave home on Wednesday, you ain't coming back until the next Wednesday. Yeah, and you working every night, every night, every night. That's one thing I love about Willie that I miss about Willie, because Willie sang every night like it was his last night. The country boy was no joke. That was his being. He just thrived on that. The more he sang, the harder he sang.
So I've always heard about he just was a good, humble, laid back guy. So that was really the case? Just a
Oh, that
good.
was it. That was it. Good, humble man that was anointed. And we know that he wasn't the best singer in the world, but God, Lord blessed him to be able to be a stage general. And he was just that. He was the most easygoing man. Everybody loved him. And that if there's any kind of quality that I wish I had, and that was a quality because everybody loved the country boy.
Mhm.
Everybody loved Country Boy. He was so humble. He was so humble. And believe it or not, so was Paul. Paul was one of the most humble people that you would ever meet. He didn't talk loud at all. But when he spoke, trust me, it was like E.F. Hutton.
Yeah.
Whenever he, oh yeah. Oh yeah. You never seen Willie get mad. You couldn't make Willie mad. When Willie got mad, you never knew it. You never knew it. But that's the kind of guy. That's the way things were back then. Just think about it. We talking about in the days of Howard Hunt, Willie Banks, Tommy Ellison, Percy Griffin. All of those. That was standard. Robert Blair. That was the norm. That was the norm. We saw each other year round. Clay and Cleve, year round. Ben. That was it. That was the norm. Just think about it. And trust and believe, we had a package at one time called the Battle of the Giants. And believe me, every night you work, each group had 30 days to book. And each group booked 30 days in their favorite towns. So you sung every night. Every night. The Swannies, everywhere. I mean, the Jews, you name them. Always so many groups, man. Believe me, the Blind Boys. Oh, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. That kind of like that's when we had love on the road. It was the competition was just normal. Everybody. If you notice, the difference between now and then for me is that everybody had their own sound.
Right, right.
It wasn't hard to figure out who was singing when they were singing. You knew when Cleve and Clay was on the stage. You knew when Tommy was on the stage. You knew when Joe was on the stage because everybody had their own thing.
And they had their own musicians.
And their own music. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You didn't see my musician playing for playing for somebody else because that was their job to play for who they. You didn't see Val and Larry playing for nobody else. You didn't see Sugar Hightower playing for nobody else. But Howard Hunt. That's the way it went. You didn't see I can't even think of my homeboy name with the Jews. Man, please. Mike.
Right.
Mike, oh man, Mike with that man was so ooh-wee. That was the day. Those were the days. Those were the days, man. I'm trying to tell you now.
And so with singing throughout the weeks, would it always be nice crowds pretty much every night?
Every night. Like I'm saying, we would do 2 shows on a Sunday, sometimes 3. We would have like a 1 o'clock show, and then you do a 3 o'clock show, and then you do a night show. Oh yeah, and you work all the way from Sunday to Sunday.
I can't. I'm trying to even imagine.
Just imagine, and that when you saw the buses rolling, rolling. Everybody had a bus. You had to. The only person that didn't have a bus was my daddy, and that was Willie Banks. Now that man put his arms around me. I loved him so much. He taught me so much about the business. He did that. Oh yeah, I love him. That was my daddy. And I call him daddy. I have no problem with him at all. He made sure I was straight at all times. At all times. He didn't get a bus, but he had it. Willie and them would ride in the van. They had a van and a trailer, but he just didn't care for the buses. He did, and then unless it was a long trip, he didn't ride in the van. He would always drive his own car.
Wow.
Oh yeah. But Willie Banks, I call him daddy. Call him daddy.
Shout out to Mr. Banks.
That's every spit of his daddy. He's every spit of his daddy.
Right.
That boy got the anointing. Trust and believe that. That is Willie Banks' son. Oh yeah. And I'm so proud of him. The things that he's accomplishing now. I am so proud of him. Yeah.
So my favorite song, and I think probably everybody else that you do, is When You Take Over on This Heart of Mine. How did that come about, you doing that? When you would take over on the drive?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, like when Willie was started out, before we got baby, Willie was started out. And then once we got baby, then he would say, okay, hey son, whenever it's time to, to push lead, that was for me to do. So that was just something that just happened, that occurred. But just think about it, doing it every night, it became like breathing. It was like normal. Nothing, it was effortless. That kind of thing. And I was glad to be able to even get a slow song like Rise Again and be able to sing Rise Again. That was a gift from Willie to me. So, you know, when Willie first got sick and he missed maybe a week. We sent him home when he first got sick. And he didn't stay home, but we sent him home for a week. And the response from that song is what got me to sing and Rise Again.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And yeah, of course, you know, we still sing today, This Heart of Mine, you know, so that's just that's standard. That is standard.
So we got I'm looking at the comments, and we got David Talley, and he said to ask you about a lady who would fake a heart attack every time she had to pay.
Oh, you talking about the promoter? Oh yeah, David, tell David to go to bed. Tell David to go to bed. Listen, well, let me tell you what he's talking about. It was a promoter. I ain't gonna call no town. I'm not gonna call.
Please don't.
I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna put the lady on the spot. But anyway, okay, now every time we get ready to get paid, she fake a heart attack. Call the ambulance. She will call the ambulance, and when it's time for us to get our money, oh yeah, oh no. But Willie say no, crank up the bus, follow the ambulance, and we follow the ambulance right there. Now listen, I'm glad David is on, because now David was one of the ones that came up, you know, in the rebuilding of the name of the group. You know, because David is a talent boy. You know that his daddy was one of the original Keynotes, without a doubt.
I didn't know that.
So, oh yeah, their dad was definitely one of the originals. When they left home from Tyler,
Wow.
their dad was one of them. But David came on in as a young man, as we were. We all were young men. Came on the road growing up together. Man, look, David can now. That's what you need to interview. Now, David, if you want to laugh, David remembers some of everything. David don't forget nothing. But that lady, every time it was time to get paid, that lady would fool around and fake a heart attack and take the money box with her.
Wow.
So Willie said, no, crank up that bus, follow the ambulance. And that's what we did. We went straight to the hospital in the emergency room with her and got our money.
Man, the things people would try to get out of pain.
Man. That's just one instance. Trust and believe. We done had a whole bunch of stuff. Look, we done had people fake talking about they done got robbed. They done got robbed while we singing. They got robbed. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. We done. Trust me. The Keynotes done went through it all. If it happened to the Keynotes. Believe me when I tell you. Believe me when I tell you. I mean, we know. Here we got an auditorium full of people, a church full of people, and it is and we on stage. That's why you get paid now before you sing. That's why you have to, because if you don't, anything might happen.
Right.
Anything could happen. So we don't take that chance anymore. We just say before we go on stage, can we take care of business first, please? Let's do that.
So I got something on the screen I'm trying to share. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it. This.
Yeah, I got you.
Were you going to be a part of this recording?
I gotta see what that is. Let me see if I can lift it up. I can see it. Where was that? Where was that recording at? That was
corner of Canton and Acker Street, Dallas, Texas, June 24th, 2000 at 7.
No. I wasn't there then. That was year before he died. That was year before yeah. Because remember, he died in 01. Yeah, Willie died in 01.
Do you happen to know why they didn't go through with this recording, or?
I have no idea. I really didn't. I'll tell you. Let me tell you something. What happened? The last time before Willie died, when we talked, Willie was getting maybe 2 years before he died. Willie did the live recording with Kirk Franklin.
Right.
So he did that. He called me and told me he was getting ready to do the recording with Kirk Franklin, and I didn't take him serious because at that time Kirk Franklin was hot as firecracker. He was hot as fire, you know. But
yeah.
but then he loved Willie Neal Johnson. He loved him, and that reason being because whenever he would come to one of our shows, Willie would be the only one that would take time out to listen to some of his music, because at that particular time, it sounded like R&B. It sounded like rock and roll. But Willie would sit in the dressing room with Kirk and listen to his music, and he respected and loved Willie for that. He
Wow.
really did. Yeah. So he called me right when he was going, because he was on the show, and I think Shirley did some recording on that same show. Rebirth album, I think that's what it was. But I didn't take Willie serious in thinking that he was going to do a live recording with Kirk Franklin. I really didn't take that. Was my fault, because I was supposed to be there with him, but I wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah, he asked me to be there, and I didn't take him serious as far as that go. I say, yeah, okay, Willie. Yeah, you can do something with Kirk. And then what? 2 months later, here goes the project is out, and who I see? Willie Neal Johnson,
Right.
rubbing on Kirk Franklin's head.
Man.
Yeah.
So the Jackson State
things he did, man, this man, Willie Johnson, was loved by everybody. That was just something. Of course, everybody got their ways, but to know him was to love him. If you knew Willie Neal, you loved him. I give him his honor. I give him the due and respect. I will always do that, because he was the main source of me being who I am today.
Right.
I give him that, and I love him for, respect him for that. Along the way, trust, of course, has some problems, but that's personal. But that didn't bother him. Willie Neal Johnson always kept his arms around me. He did that.
Right.
He sure did. So I give him that respect for me being the person, the entertainer that I am today. It's all because of Willie Neal Johnson. I learned a lot from him.
Okay, so the world famous Jackson State video.
Okay.
How was the preparation for that, and how was that actual night? I know you can remember that.
Crazy. It was crazy because we came with that Friday night. We did New York City. Then we left there and went overseas. I think we went to Jamaica or somewhere for that Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I have it back, but David would remember. I can't remember exactly how it went. But anyway, we went from New York to, we did overseas. I think it was Jamaica or either the Bahamas, and we flew back to Jackson, Mississippi. We had no idea that it was going to be a live recording. We didn't know anything about that all Malachi Olives was going to be on that particular show until we got there.
Oh, so y'all just thought it was going to be just a normal show?
Regular show, just a regular. We knew it was going to be recording because they Frank Williams told us that we are going to be recording, but we didn't know that all the Malachi artists was going to be recording that night. We had no idea until we got there.
Wow.
Yeah. And when we hit the stage, man, when they came in the dressing room, and the funny thing, people don't know, they came in the dressing room, and Roy Wooten was the he was the Malachi man, Mr. Malachi. Right. So he said, Willie, all right, we filming live. You cannot leave the stage. Do not jump off the stage. He shouldn't have said that. Because if you look at all the other artists, everybody stayed on stage, but who?
Willie Neal Johnson.
Willie Neal Johnson shot up down that aisle, man, please. That was it. That's one of them. Listen, man, that was one of the. That can't be duplicated. That won't ever be duplicated. That was just something and believe it or not, we didn't realize that the impact that it was going to have on the group as a whole. Because to us, we were just doing what we normally do every night.
So it wasn't any kind of preparation for that. It was just
it was another program. It was another course. That's what it was.
That is.
Yeah, but as a matter of fact, we had just did our first album with Malachi.
Wow.
We had just did This Is Just a Rehearsal album with Malachi. Yep. Yeah. It wasn't no special preparations. We were just ready. It was just our time. And then for them to do the remix, man, the remix is off the chain now. Once and with Ray Braswell really did a fantastic job in remixing. I'm talking about that thing is crazy.
Shout out to Ray.
Oh yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, but that night I remember like it was yesterday. I sure do. Because we left there and then after that, we left, everybody went home after that recording. We went home. Everybody went home after that recording. We sure did. I think we might have had a couple of days off because I took the bus home. I drove the bus home
Mm.
from Jackson. I was living in Georgia at that time. I was living in Albany, Georgia.
Okay.
And I took the bus home. So we were off because we just did, like I said, we went overseas. We did the whole weekend, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We did our show every night. And sure did. So Willie gave us a couple of days off, and then we started back probably on that Wednesday or Thursday.
And so, after the recording was over with, what did Mr. Roy Wooten, what did he say to Willie about him jumping off the stage?
Oh well, you wasn't nothing to say because it was over with. Of course. Well, you already know he met us in the dressing room. Willie, man, I actually not. Willie said, son, when the Lord moves, that you just have to move. That's it. Wasn't nothing he could do. Wasn't nothing else he could do because the people. That was something, man. I'm talking about. We saw him getting ready to jump off stage. We saw that. We looking, me and Larry looking at him. We watching him. Hey, Larry said, "You finna go. You finna go." I said, "I know it." And then we about it.
Now I got to go rewatch that whole video back over again.
Man, listen, I'm telling you now, that was something. That night was, man, it was extraordinary. That night, let's see, Ricky Boston was on drums. We had Clifton from Newark on the organ. Midge played rhythm. Larry and Val. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that was Robert's first round with us. We had just really hired Robert then.
Really?
Yeah. We had just hired Robert. Yeah. Yeah, that was Robert Williams' first project. That sure was. The this is just a rehearsal album. Was with our first Malico, which was Robert's first record.
Man.
Yep, sure was.
So who actually closed that night? Did y'all? I'm sure y'all closed it.
No. We didn't close. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Violiners might have came after us. I think the Violiners might have came after us. Or the Southern Airs. Somebody. No, we didn't close though. We weren't last. We definitely weren't last. But that was so because everybody did. You know, if you notice, everybody got their own. Each group got their own live recording from that show.
Right.
But so Malico, you were there. Yeah, you were there. Hats off to Roy Wooten, and to Frank Williams. Yeah, they made it happen. Malico Records made it happen. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, and that is still selling. They're still selling.
Yeah,
Live at Jackson is still selling. I
Man,
think they might owe me some money. I ain't sure they might owe me some money for that.
hey, Malico, if y'all listening, hey, we need.
Listen, Malico. Let me send you my mailing address.
We need a check.
Right. Without a doubt. Yes, sir.
Man, but yeah, I know I re-listened to it. I guess whenever that was, I don't know how long ago that was when Ray did the remixing, and it was like you could hear so much other things that you really couldn't even hear on the original. So, another shout out to Ray for doing that.
Awesome. That's my little nephew. He's Braswell Studio. That's what happens at. Believe me, he got it going on. Good. He's doing a wonderful job with the Legends too. You know, he plays with the Legends. So
right.
Yeah. Again, they're on my anniversary. Let me shoot this commercial in there.
Go ahead.
The 50th year celebration, February the 2nd, 2025, featuring the Legends, featuring Roy and the Revelations, featuring Flossie Boyd, and Jeffery Newberry and the original gospel keynotes. February 2nd. That's 50 years, y'all. 50 years. Might need to make that gray a little blacker. Might need to darken it up a little. 50 years, y'all, and we're gonna make it happen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Brown, I want you to come and make a personal appearance, if you will, sir.
If you give me the mic, I will. That's the only way.
You got to worry about it. You got the microphone. You got to worry about it. All you got to do is be there. You get the microphone. That's automatic. I said that. On mine, I guaranteed. You get the mic. Just come on. Just be there.
Hey, I'll be right there. Fort Lauderdale with my feet kicked up.
I got to, don't worry about it. I'm gonna make sure you get the flyer for you. We're gonna have a save the date flyer out by the weekend. I'll make sure you get it. All right.
Please let me, so I can start advertising it.
I'm gonna definitely do that. I'm definitely gonna do that. And listen, I'm calling since David. Listen, I'm calling all my brothers from Longview. They know they got to come on now. Come on now. I gotta have them there. Help me celebrate 50 years. That's what I want to do.
50 years.
That's something special, man. 50 years. Because believe it or not, it didn't dawn on me until somebody brought it to my attention, because I wasn't going to do anniversary on next year.
Really?
I was just going to skip a year because we had such a wonderful time last year. We had a wonderful program. But this year, this coming year, February 2nd, oh yeah, we're going to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be special too. I already know it.
We're gonna make it special. It's got to be special. 50 years, we got to do something very special.
Got to,
without a doubt. All my family got to be in the house for sure.
Let's see. So, as far as I ain't gonna put you on the spot with that one.
No, you can't now. You can't scare the old man. You can't scare.
Who was your favorite top singer with the Keynotes?
Oh, well, the original, Mr. Paul Beasley. But now, ask me who was the strongest. That's a whole nother name. Then you got to go with Gino, Charles, and Jeffrey. That was the background. Now, Charles McClain was a natural top singer. Paul Beasley was just a singer. He could sing any voice you want Paul to sing. Paul could do that. Charles McClain had that power behind whatever voice he was singing. Yeah. So you can't, you got to get a GOAT his credit. Get a GOAT to do, because that's what Paul Beasley definitely was. He started something in the quartet world that had never happened before. That's what made the Keynotes so special. If you notice, I say this all the time, and I've been saying it, and I'll say it over and over again. There's not a group that's ever been on the road that ain't had somebody trying to sing like Paul Beasley.
Man, it's an interview I seen with a couple of members of Commission. They said they used to call one of their members Paul Beasley because he was trying to imitate.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Man, listen, let me tell you something. Willie and Paul started something that had never happened before. Now you got everybody calling on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That was Willie Johnson and Paul Beasley.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Now think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. Even the groups that was on the road started doing that. God bless Greg. We lost Greg this week.
Right.
Today. Let's think about it. That's when Howard started calling on Greg.
Wow.
Think about it. Just think about it.
And y'all, one of the only groups was like everybody was like their own star. Like everybody was a brand within the group.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go. That's what the Keynotes was so blessed, because we had so many brands. It was
Right.
so many ways Willie had to come at you. From Paul down to Baby, Willie had a way to come at you. If he ain't doing a call on Gino, trust me, Gino was gonna answer. And that's a fact. That is a fact. You give me, they asked me, well, who would you really like to pull back on stage? If I could, give me 3 Genos, and you have nothing to worry about. Give me 3 Genos, and everything's covered. Believe me when I tell you. Push lead, second lead, Gino gonna do it.
And you know what? Another thing, it's a lot of groups out here saying like stuff like "Show Me the Way," and the drummer always playing it wrong.
Listen, let me tell you something, man, about that Show Me the Way thing. We done had some guys that come up in the group, audition for the group, and when they try to sing Show Me the Way, they don't go any further. That's it. because they don't say try to everybody got their own version and it don't work that way.
Right.
Everybody got their own version of Show Me the Way. It's only one way to do it, and that's the way Willie and Val did it. That was it.
I remember before Keith died, he would always tell me, Willie would always say, he said, man, I can take 3 billy goats to be the keynotes.
and he could because if they answered when he called, because it just shows they was on stage, you're gonna call on them.
He said, son, all you got to do is sing loud and flat, and you sang the keynotes.
You got the keynote. You got him because that's what he did. But couldn't nobody do it like him though.
It was like it's like you say, it just can't be duplicated. It was so authentic.
Like him. Listen, the closest thing, and I call them baby keynotes. The closest thing to what we were right now today would be Allen and
yeah.
And now I call them baby keynotes. I call them my baby keynotes. Though that Allen is anointed.
Oh yeah,
Allen is anointed. I'm talking about it's just natural for him to do what he do.
Right.
I've seen him get a makeup group and go on stage. You would think that he had his full group on stage. Couldn't nobody else do that but Willie. Couldn't nobody else do that but Willie now, and that's a fact. That is a fact now. I'm serious about that now. I want you to know there was only one Willie Neal Johnson. And the good part about it, he could call anybody he want to call.
I believe it.
I seen a video, I think it was last week. Somebody put it up. It might have been Devin. And put up a video where Michael Cook came on stage with Willie.
I hadn't seen that one.
Oh yeah. Michael Cook came on stage with Willie. Sure did. Willie call anybody. And when he call you, trust me, you're going to answer.
You go. Man, just to let you know how old I am, I was 6 when Willie died. I was 6 years
old. Oh, wow. Well, Willie died 24 years ago.
Yep. So that gives you.
Okay.
I'm fairly young.
Okay. And I want you to know I can double your age. How about that?
And man, I remember the first time I met you. I guarantee you don't remember. It had to be 2001. Y'all came to Dublin, Georgia. It was the Keynotes. I think the Clouds were supposed to be in there, but they didn't come. And a set of the Blind Boys supposed to be in there. It was like a couple of them came. And I walked to the front and I seen you. You had an afro. I'll never forget it. You had a fro. And you had on black suit, white shirt, black tie. And you looked down at me and you said, hey, man, go get me a soda. I went to the back. I told her, I said, hey, lady, that tall man out there want a soda. She said, well, you tell that tall man to send you some money. I cried. I said, man, I can't wait to see you. I will never forget. I was little.
Dublin, Georgia.
I thought Willie had just passed.
As a matter of fact, that's during the time I think we hired Alton. That might be the time that we hired Alton during that time.
It probably was. I can't remember, but I remember you in that one moment.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes,
well, tell her I buy my soda. Tell her.
Man, I would. It's just some things you just don't ever forget, and that was one of them.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well, you've been around for a minute then. Yeah, you definitely you're quartet head. You know.
Matter of fact, we used to have a family group, and one of the songs that they would always sing is the Keynotes prayer. They would always sing that.
I'm going back to that too. I'm going back to that song too. That was one of Willie Johnson's favorite songs. When you wrote that song, Paul Beasley wrote that song.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Paul Beasley wrote that song. Yeah, Keynotes prayer. Yeah, I'm going back to that too. I'm doing my shows now. I do a medley of songs. That's going to be added into it. into it because I get that, and somebody brought it to my attention. They want to hear "Till We Meet Again." Now that was one of the songs I used to love to sing with Willie.
I
And
don't
when
hear
Willie
them.
would talk about it when he first started singing, where he was from, Galilee, Texas. He wasn't from Tyler. He wasn't from Tyler. He was from a town right outside of Tyler.
Galilee.
Oh yeah.
I think
Oh
because that's where he's buried, right?
no, he's in Tyler. I think he's buried in Tyler.
Because when Dwight Gordon passed, I went to the gravesite and I can't remember. All I know it was raining real bad, and I found his grave and took a couple of pictures.
Yeah.
So I can't remember exactly, but yeah.
Yeah, he's in Tyler. He's in Tyler. Yeah, that was his home. That was his home. Yeah, yeah. He's definitely an icon for Tyler, Texas.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I think a song that I don't know if y'all sung it recently, but it was called "I Feel the Fire Burning." Now that
Oh
song
yeah.
just straight up revival church. Oh,
Oh yeah. Listen, that was before This Heart of Mine. That was the drive song.
mm,
We had Donnie Timmons, Lil Donnie. That was his song. That was the drive song before This Heart of Mine. I
mm,
feel the fire burning. If you go, I'll tell you what you do. Do some research. Go back to the Keynotes live in Nashville, Tennessee, and
okay.
you'll hear Donnie singing "Feel the Fire Burning." That I want you to know. Trust me, when you hear that, you'll say, "Okay, now you see where it goes." Cause nobody singing like him. We do. As a matter of fact, we recorded it, so we re-recorded it with Perry. We did that. We re-recorded with Perry. But
Mm,
yeah, just go back. Go back. Do you read? Go put if you can find it. It's Keynotes live in Nashville, Tennessee. They did. Willie and Paul did. I made a vow. He did. I made a vow. Man, trust me. When you hear that, I'm telling you now. Whenever you hear that, you're gonna say, okay, that's it. That's it.
Did y'all sing at like a lot of revivals and stuff like that back in the day?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, Keynote song. We done sung at some of everything, from weddings to funerals. We done sung at them.
Wow.
One of the biggest honors, and it's really not nothing that you publicize, but one of the biggest honors that we had since I've had the group is that a family in Connecticut, their grandmama passed, and we were her favorite group. They flew us to do her funeral. They flew us up to Connecticut to do her funeral.
Hmm.
That's an honor. That's love. She made sure she told them who she wanted singing at her funeral, and that was the Keynotes, and we did it.
So, what do you think one of the biggest shows you've ever done, if you can remember?
Oh, the biggest show I've ever done, ain't hard for me to recall, is we sang at the Washington Redskins Stadium in D.C. And man, that place was jam packed. I
Wow.
mean, we sang. Oh yeah, we sang that. That was one of the biggest shows I ever done. Um, the most memorial show that I can remember that will always be in my heart. We did a tour for the soldiers in Iraq. We did 10 days in Iraq. Man, that was something that was crazy.
Man.
Yeah, we the only quartet group to ever go over and sing for the soldiers during Christmas time. We left the day after Christmas and flew to Iraq, and we spent 10 days. And the strange thing is, only guys that went, I couldn't get none of my guys to go. They were scared. Only person that went was me and Larry. Let me tell you who the group was. Sam Butler,
I know
he
Sam.
passed. Sam Butler, he passed. The drummer for the Sons of Glory, he's passed. And Mike. That's the group that's who went with me and Larry. Sam Butler. I can't think of the drummer name now for the Sons of Glory. Oh, I'm getting old, son. I'm getting old.
Now you fine.
Yeah. And Michael Atkins. He went over. He went over with us for 10 days. We did 2 weeks over in Iraq. We sure did.
Wow.
Yeah, we sure did. I'll never forget those days because we could actually hear the gunfire while we were there. The war was actually going on. We stayed in Saddam Hussein's palace. That's where we stayed at.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something we'll never forget. We haven't been back. I don't want to go back, but it was something. That was an experience. They've tried to get us to come back to go again, but that was a little bit too close to hear them gunshots.
Yeah.
And then they put us in the we was in the helicopters going from base to base, and they were shooting at the helicopters. So that was enough for us right there.
Yeah, I would have been right home in the state.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and then it was crazy, man. It was crazy, but that's an experience where I'll always remember. But the biggest show I've ever done was at the Washington Redskins football stadium in D.C. We did. I tell you what we did that Sunday afternoon. We sang in Wilson, North Carolina, at the
Mhm.
ballpark. We left. After we got off stage, we jumped in cars and we drove to Charlotte. No, we drove to Raleigh, Durham, and we flew there from Raleigh to DC, and we did that show, and then we turned around and came back that night.
Wow.
Man, you talking about to see thousands of people. Just like at the football game, the stadium was jam packed. That was during the Jane Cleveland days, though. Jane Cleveland was on the show. Clark Sisters was on the show. It was awesome. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Okay, so the last days of Willie, do you remember how those were, and how was those final moments that you had with him? If you could elaborate.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Those my last those. See, I wasn't with the group during the year that he passed. Like I said, that's why I fly. I'm not. I wouldn't have been a part of that. But
Okay.
I've talked and talked. I talked to him. He would call. I would talk to him all the time because he stayed in touch. We stayed in touch. But man, I had so much respect for him because the man that he was. He was a man's man, and he was a country boy to the heart. That he was, and he loved everybody. He loved kids. He loved children. Now he loved that. That was his thing. The kids could come up to him. You would think that he wouldn't have time for that, but he always had time for any and everybody.
Mm.
It didn't matter who you were. If you want to talk to Willie, or we couldn't keep Willie in the dressing room. Willie would not stay in the dressing room. Or we had management that wouldn't let us come to the show until it was time for us to go on stage. Not Willie. Willie would catch a cab to the show. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was just him. That was just him. I have no problem staying at the hotel until it's time because I'm in the restroom for 2 hours while I'm listening, waiting to sing. I just didn't, I just don't like it. But Willie, that Willie had to be at the show. He wanted to be at the show, and he wasn't gonna be late. Believe me, Willie Johnson was not gonna be late to the show.
Mm.
Oh no. If you're on the bus, trust me, you there 2 hours before the show starts. So that meant I wasn't on the bus. Yeah, yeah, but that's just the way he was. He was just a special kind of guy. He was just a special kind of guy, and he was genuine, man. He was genuine. He wasn't the smartest man in the world, but he wasn't dumb by no meters at all. Believe
Right.
me when he was anointed. The Lord, like you got. I look at people like Willie and Paul. That was their gift to do what they do, and they love doing it. That's all they ever wanted to do. That's all they ever wanted to do. I took the same mentality. Gino, Val, didn't want to do nothing else. That's the era that I come up in. You was a keynote, you was glad to be a keynote. That's all you wanted to be was a keynote. You love what you're doing because you did it all the time. And we were a family. That's why me and David are so close now because we were together so much.
Yeah, you
So
got to
much.
be close.
Oh yeah, you have no choice. You really didn't have no choice. We spent the time together. I learned a lot from Larry. I got to give Larry his. I give Larry his due too. It was Larry taught me as far as believe me. Let me tell you something about Larry McCowan that I love, and I give him his due. I love to dress. Always have loved to dress.
Mm.
Larry McCowan was one of the dressingest guys on the road when I came on the road.
Wow.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Larry would change suits maybe 2 or 3 times at a show. Now, when I came on the road, believe me when I tell you this, I came on the road with one pair of shoes and match every suit, which means you had a black pair of shoes.
Right. You can't go wrong with it black.
You can't go wrong. Larry McCowan had a pair of shoes for every suit he wore.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And on that way now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So like, you know, like how groups nowadays, like some of them don't wear, you know, some people got their own style. Like you have one might wear a certain thing, then you have another one wearing something else, and you know, everybody just pretty much wearing what they want to wear. Have y'all ever done that?
My group, no sir, no sir, no sir, not in my group, sir. No sir, no sir, no sir.
You're not going for that, is it?
Listen, you ain't got no problem figuring out who sang with Jeffery Newberry when you come to the house program. You ain't got no problem figuring that out. No sir, because you come there, that's a job, and you're gonna look your job. You're gonna respect your job.
Right.
People can see you in jeans on Saturday. You know, that kind of stuff. I don't roll like that. My boys, on Sundays, my boys got on the shirt and tie, suit and tie on Sundays.
Right.
Oh, it's no problem. No, you ain't got to worry about it. You can say, yeah, that's the keynote right there. Yeah, that's definitely, and that's a fact. There's no exceptions on that. I don't allow it. That's not going to be allowed. No. You want to have them some sweatpants, you put them on at the hotel, but you're not coming to the program with no sweatpants on. We don't do that.
Right.
No, we don't do that. No, it's a job. People pay money to hear you sing. People pay money to see you look and act like what you're supposed to be, which is a professional.
Right.
That's what you do. You give the people their money worth, and trust me, they will respect you, and they will come back to see you again.
So what do you think, like, what changed that? Like, who, like, well, not who, but what do you think, what kind of went to that direction? Was it just the times, or what do you think?
The time, because everybody decided at one point in time, you started moving away from wearing the suit and stuff, you know, because I guess that's supposed to be old fashioned or whatever. But, you know, time brings about a change. So with me, to me, a change is a good thing. So
Right.
let's keep it the way it is, the way you respect it, the way that you're going to be respected. That's the way you change. You keep it that way. You don't change. You don't change what make you. You don't do that.
Right.
You know, and if you show that you love what you do, people will respect you for that. They're gonna give you your props, give you respect. They're gonna do that. It's automatic. It's automatic. And I live on that. I tell them young boys that, of course, Larry and I, we the oldest thing in the group. But even with when I'm with the Tally boys, they did the same thing. We all come up in the same genre. We all came up the same way. You can trust and believe. We're gonna have on shirt and tie and suits. We're gonna look like what we are. And that's Keynotes. We're gonna do that.
So even when y'all sing outside, it's the same thing.
We're gonna be hot. We be the hottest thing out there.
Hey,
You're gonna go on stage. You're gonna go on stage with that suit on, whether you keep it on or not. Now,
right.
But you're gonna go on there looking like a professional. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, because like they say, people see you first before they even hear.
Exactly. And believe me, if you look the role, you ain't gotta sing as hard.
It makes sense.
Yeah, you don't have to sing as hard. Because if you're looking good, you don't want half the battle. Think about it. Man, listen, I say it all the time. 90% of our audience is female. And trust me, if they like what they see, they're gonna buy a ticket and come back and see you again. Now you can play with all you want to. Yeah, I mean, listen, I appreciate the men that support us. I appreciate 90% of my audience is female.
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna give them what they want. I'm gonna give them they want to see you look groomed. They want to see you tapered. You know what I'm saying? They want to see you look like you there to do what you there to do. And
Right.
that's to take care of business.
But now they got this thing now where they wearing the book bags and hats and stuff on stage.
Nope. This the only time you see me with a hat on. I'm not in service.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm wearing, it's football season now. You see that right there, right?
Right.
Okay. That's a Dallas Cowboy style right there. No. No, you ain't gonna see him going on stage. You're not singing with me with no hat on. No, you're not gonna do that. Now, if you want to put a book bag on over a suit coat, that's your business. But why you got the book bag on? The book ain't nothing. What you finna do? What do you? I just want somebody just tell me. I can't see your comments, but just tell me what somebody say you're gonna do with a book bag. Let me push comments. Let me see if anybody gonna answer that. Let me see if anybody gonna answer that. What are you gonna do on stage with a book bag? Even the drummer put his drumstick bag down. What you gonna do?
Oh, Jesus.
What you gonna do? I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, maybe I'm missing something. If that's good for you, that's good for me. But it ain't good for me.
I don't know them guys. I guess they be having some important stuff in them bags.
Hey, look, trust and believe. If you can tell old school, he gonna have a briefcase because I carry mine everywhere I go. But I don't take it on stage. I don't. If I think your problem leaving in the dress room, I take the record tape and leave it with somebody. Right. But I don't leave it on stage. Ain't no song finna come out of that briefcase. Ain't no song coming out of that book bag. I don't care what you say, what you do. Ain't no hat gonna be on your head on my stage. No, sir. No, sir.
I mean, and people got to respect it, if they want to be a part.
If they want a job, they're gonna respect it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. If they want a job, they're gonna respect it. You can't. You ain't even go in my church with a hat on. That's just not allowed. I'm Koji. I'm Koji. Man, you ain't finna do that. I'm not even let you disgrace my church with a hat on in there. You're not finna do that.
Right.
No. I don't do it. You ain't gonna do it. I'm in my den, and that's the only reason why. And look, and the wife is in the room. She say, "Well, I got the hat on in the house." That's old school. But I'm in my den. So
right.
As soon as we say good night, it's coming off.
So what do you see? Where do you see Quartet in the next 5 years?
Ooh, I'll be honest with you, Richard. I'm praying hard. I really pray hard for what we do, that they maintain, because again, these young people don't. I'm old school. I'm just old. I come up in. I told you the era I come up in: Willie Johnson, Robert Blair, Tommy Ellison, Percy Griffin. That kind of stuff. Cleve and Clay. Man, Cleve and Clay. Man, come on now. You had to respect what you do. You did it because you do it because you love doing it. Ain't no exceptions about that. None. So you got to respect what you do. If you ain't respecting the Lord's house, and you think you can come up in there and do and say anything, there's gonna be repercussions.
Right.
You can't just say and do anything now. That what has changed now. You gotta really you really gotta be more professional in what you do and say, because you can't just get by with anything now. You used to ease by with just the old Holy Ghost pout. No, those days are gone. You got to be saying something.
Yeah.
If you want the people to get with you, you got to be saying something.
You got to.
You got to be saying something. Listen, what we do is, it's a ministry that we do. It's a ministry. We're out to reach and touch souls. That's what we're here to do. We're trying to reach a new generation. And we got to make sure that generation can respect and understand what we do, where we come from.
Right.
But if they see us acting and doing anything that we want to do, why they care? Why should they care? So I just pray that it I know that it's gone. It's history, but the old school is a good school. Now you can add new, you can make it new all you want to, but you still got bottom line is it's all about the word of God.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. That's
You
bottom
can't
line.
get away from
The love that I was raised up on. If I could just touch somebody, then I know that my living has not been done in vain. It's not in vain.
Right.
That's all. That's all. That's all it is. You know, some folks would rather have diamonds, silver, and gold, but I'd rather have Jesus.
Oh yeah. It's worth
'Cause
more than
I
any
want,
money you can get.
I want to go to heaven.
Yes, sir.
But I don't want all this singing to be done in vain. I don't want all this done in vain. I want to be able to say, I want to hear the voice when he says, servant, well done.
Yes, sir.
That's how to do.
Yeah, because you don't want to be, 50 plus years of
Man, 50
yeah,
years,
it's
50
like,
years still bust hell wide open don't make sense to me.
man.
No.
No,
I want to
shit.
say, come on in, servant, well done, well done. That's what I want to hear.
That's the ultimate goal.
Oh yeah, I want to walk the streets of gold too. I want to do that because I believe I got some loved ones up there. I believe I do.
Oh yeah.
I believe I got some co-workers up there. I believe Willie somewhere up there. I believe Gino and Val somewhere up there. I'm trying to get up there. I ain't trying to go to make the heaven choir right now. I want to say,
Yeah, we can kind of wait a little bit on that part.
yeah. I ain't trying to go. I ain't trying to make the heaven choir right now. I got a few more songs to sing down here.
And when you think about it, like I know because what Willie was, he was like in his 60s when he died, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't. That was when you think that's not old at all by like no stretch of the means.
No, not at all. Not at all. And just think about it, because that Will was born in 35, so next year he'll be 90.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you believe he still would have been?
35. Will was born in 90, same year my mom was. So yeah.
Do you believe he still will be trying to sing?
I do. I sure do.
I
That's my only
believe.
regret. I wasn't there to make him, to sit him down so he wouldn't sing as hard as he did.
Right.
That was hard to do. To try to put a bridle on him. You couldn't do it. Yeah, you couldn't do it. Yeah.
I know we hear stories about like he was saying whether it was 2 people or 200, 2,000. They say he always gave sing every night.
That was him. And you never saw the same songs every night. You never. You might hear. You're gonna hear Jesus be good to me. Why? Because people want to hear. Show me the way. That's my son. That's what they still want to hear that.
Right.
But we want no never set program with Willie Johnson. We gonna say we ain't know what was next. All we had to do was be ready. You better be ready. Whenever he called it out, you better be ready.
Did y'all ever get a chance to sing for like white people?
Oh yeah. Listen. The Keynotes I think we got maybe three or four Dove Awards. That's all you're singing to then at the Dove Awards is white folks.
Wow.
Oh yeah. We were, as a matter of fact, we did some kind of convention. I think it was in Texas. We did a convention in Texas, and them people looking at us like they didn't know where we were from, what we were doing. Yeah. You can bet we didn't encounter a whole bunch of new stuff, a whole bunch of stuff, strange stuff. Yeah, it's not too much the Keynotes haven't done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we sang at believe it or not, man, we election year, so I think about it all the time because I remember when Jesse Jackson first ran for president, we did a campaign with him in Savannah, Georgia.
Wow.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, we did that. Then we did the Black Caucus in D.C. with Stevie Wonder. Yeah, we did that. We did that. We sure did. Yeah,
So
but
done a lot of major things.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Man, believe it or not, when you do the Grammys, you with the Apple, you don't get no, the Grammys is a whole different level because now you got you got everybody there. If they anybody that's saying or whatever, they're there.
I even remember as a here recently, maybe a couple of years ago, Raphael Sadiq from Tony, he said that y'all was like a major inspiration of him.
Man, look, they used to come to our shows in Oakland, California.
Yeah.
Tony. Oh yeah, they come to our shows. Look at my boys, the Hamiltons.
Right.
Number gospel. They ain't never been number gospel.
Yeah.
That's they ain't never been number gospel. They just happen to sing behind Anthony Hamilton.
Right.
Yeah, they're my boys. Those are my boys. Oh yeah. Man, look, Jodeci. Man, please.
Oh yeah.
Man, please. Them boys used to sit out there in the audience and watch us sing.
What about any athletes? Have y'all ever encountered any athletes from back in the day?
We did what's the receiver for the Cardinals? He do something every year. We used to do it every other year. A benefit for him. He's from Georgia. I can't think his name. Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Fitzgerald. Yeah.
Yeah.
He do something every year. He do something for his hometown every year. And he brought it. We did it for a couple of years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's from a little small town right there in Georgia somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all done touched millions of lives, man. It's just a blessing.
Think about it. And that's why I say I just don't want that to be in vain. Just don't want that all to be in vain, So, just pray the thing. I thank God for being a forgiving God. I thank him for that daily.
Right.
Yeah, I thank him for that daily. Yeah, sure is.
All right, Mr. Jeff, we done been on here long enough, man. So just got a couple of more questions. Well, actually the last question. Name me your top 5 singers of all time. You don't have to be in order. Just top 5.
Ooh, gospel.
That's fine. Yeah, you can do gospel however you want to do it.
Okay. My favorite singer, believe it or not, I told this young man, if I die before him, he has to sing at my funeral. My favorite gospel singer, Mr. Willie Rogers from the Soul Stirrers.
Okay.
He promised me he would come and sing "Oh What a Meeting" at my funeral if I died for him. And I, in turn, told him I would do the same for him.
Okay.
So, yeah. That was he's definitely one of my favorite. I love this man. This man, ain't no telling how old Willie is right now. But he's still singing in the same key he was singing in 10 years ago. And he's clear with it. Now, gospel, let me run it down. Oh man, I love me some Pilgrim Jubilees. Oh, Harvey. Harvey's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Keith was definitely one of my favorites. That was my nephew.
Oh yeah, shout out to Keith.
Yeah, that was my nephew. And I love Porter. That Porter and Paul
Paul don't play around with it.
Paul ain't no joke. He ain't no joke. He ain't no joke. Now today's single, I love Allen. I make that very clear. I don't care what you say. I'll put Allen up against anybody right now. I sure will. I love my man Tim. Tim. He's anointed. He just anointed. He just got that voice. That's just what he was put here to do, and that's the same. Now Sean, oh man, I miss him. That boy was something else. That boy was something stupid, man.
Oh yeah. He was on his way to being one of the top.
Oh Lord, yes, Lord, he was. Yes, he was. He
was,
had that thing. He had that thing, man. He had that, which means if he sung it, it worked.
right. He was confident now. Like
oh yeah, but he had the voice. He had the voice.
Right.
Yeah, you got to get it to him. You can't take that from him.
You can't.
No, you can't take that from him. But there's a whole lot of new and upcoming guys that I've been listening to, man, that I admire, that I really say. I just pray that they just stay sincere and stay focused.
Right.
You know, a whole lot of up and coming groups that should make some a whole lot of noise in the very near future. Yeah, it is. But yeah, my favorite singers, man, that kind of stuff like that. I love all. I just love music. I just love music. I can listen to just about anything.
I got you.
Yeah, I really can. Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Mr. Jeffery Newberry.
And let me say, Richard, let me say this to you, man. Before you even let me know, I didn't know you was doing this. So you gotta make this more, get on a wider platform. I didn't know you were doing this until you let me know. And I want to say thank you for doing it and keep on doing it, young man.
Yes, sir. Right? I'm trying my best.
I see you serious about what you're doing, and I love that. I really do. I'm glad that you contacted me. I'm glad I was able to do it, that we can make it happen. And this is the first time. Let's not make it the last time. All right.
Whenever you feel the need to come back and talk, hey, you're more than welcome.
I got you, and I'm gonna get that flyer to you. I would definitely get that flyer to you. It'll be out by the weekend for sure.
I'm waiting.
50 years. There's no, ladies and gentlemen, let me say it on his show. Mr. Richard Brown Jr. would definitely be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida on February 2nd, 2025, celebrating with me 50 years.
Y'all better be there. You don't.
Heard me? I'd be like my granddad. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. So you got any final words that you want to leave with the people?
Yeah, I just want to say, y'all, please just keep us in your prayers. Keep us in your prayers. We want to pray for Greg's family, the Kelly family, man. That's another soldier that's been out here a long time. He's a legend. He was a living legend.
Right.
And we just want to definitely honor him. And we want to just say, just keep the Keynotes in your prayers, please. We love you. We love you. We love you. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely will.
I got you, sir. All right, now. Well, no doubt. No doubt. Again, thank you so much, man. Continue to do what you're doing and stay in touch. I'm staying in touch with you because I'm getting that flyer to you.
Okay, well, I got your number now, too, so ain't no excuse why I can't.
Yeah, you got that right. You got that right. The same number I had for 20 years. 954-931.
Your volume went out. We can't hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I say, God bless you, sir. We'll be talking to you soon.
Okay, all right. We'll see you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Jeffery Newberry, ladies and gentlemen. Another great interview was had. A lot of good information. The host, Chris Dennis here, we really just trying to do what we can. They always give me the go ahead and do it. And that's your next stuff. You know, if we're doing nothing before the week is out, good thing.